Hello Overwatch practice group. This is Viper759 and this video is going to cover how to do callouts practice in a few settings that are useful to know about too. So let's start with settings. If you go to options and then you go to sound, you have your volume controls here and the sound effects volume, music, and in-game. For this video I actually have these all zeroed out, but normally I run mine around 30 to 40%. For that, and volume around 30, and then the in-game voice. So in-game voice is like the announcer saying the match is starting, things like that, or the payload is moving. So I run those a little bit lower, and then my voice chat volume is 100%. This allows me to easily hear anyone who's potentially quiet and not miss any comms, while I can still hear footsteps and things like that. This voice chat mic volume allows you to adjust your own microphone volume. So these are some pretty important settings. I am going to set these back to what I need for them to be for this video though. The other setting that is important is your voice chat mode. So I run open mic, and you can change this between push to talk and open mic. If you have the capability like a quiet environment and your mic isn't going to key up randomly because of the background noise, open mic is the best option, especially if you're in a 6-person stack. You're in a 6-man group, open mic can be really useful. Some other things to note here, you have your group chat and your team chat. You can set these to auto join, so you don't have to join it manually each time by hitting P. And that is a really helpful thing. Okay. So now that we've covered that, let's talk about how we actually do the practice mechanism. So we're going to go to play here. We're going to go to our game browser and we'll create a custom match. So let's get some settings set up and we'll save these as a preset. So the first thing is our lobby settings. We want map rotation to be paused after a match. Team balancing off. Swap teams after match, we want that to be off. And everything else here is good. Next we're going to go into our maps. And we're going to set this to none, and then turn on Assault Valscara Industries. Then we need to go to Heroes, and we have one hero to adjust here, which is Baptiste, which will be the one that we will be playing for this. You're going to do a few things. You're going to set your damage dealt, depending on how good your aim is. You're going to adjust your damage dealt. I'm adjusting mine down to 80%, because you are going to be shooting at targets some, but you don't want them, if you're accurate, you don't want them to go down too quickly. You're going to set your damage received to 10%, your healing dealt to 500%, your healing received to 500%, and your health to 500%. This is going to make it where the enemy can't kill you. You can do a little bit of damage. You can do some damage to them, but you're mainly here to practice callouts. But you do want to, if you're practicing focus, you want to actually, target who you're focusing. Okay, so now that that's done, we can just hit save here, and we're going to call this callout practice. Alright. So for the bots, it's a little different. So to get back to that, if you leave game, you can just go back to create now, and go to settings, and then presets, and you'll now have a callout practice one. So now we need to add bots to it. We're going to actually add medium bots, and there's some very specific ones I use because they're just way easier to work with. What you could just do is do recommended, medium, add them to both, and then we're going to go edit some of these because we want to make sure you have a soldier, which we do. We want on our friendly bots an Anna, which it always has. We replace this Lucio with a McCree, and we can just right-click on it, hit Edit Bot, and select McCree right there. And the Zarya we replace with a Sombra. And Roadhog, we got Soldier 76. Yeah, Roadhog's okay. So on their side, we want a Sombra and a Torb. The main thing we don't want on their side is a main healer. So we want to give them a Sombra. We're going to give them a Torb. We're going to give them a Soldier. And we're going to give them a McCree. So return McCree. Yeah, Roadhog's fine, I suppose. We're going to give them a Reaper as well. So this is good. And now we will hit start. So the idea behind this is you're going to just practice your callouts. I actually normally do this. I'm not even listening to in-game sounds. I might listen to some music or something. So you'll select Baptiste. And the reason you're selecting him is he has the jump. So you can position yourself easily. If you do happen to take some damage, you can self-heal. You're not really playing this to practice any specific character mechanisms. You're just playing it to practice your callouts. We're basically isolating one skill here. So the callouts you're going to practice on the spreadsheet, but it's basically saying contact left, contact right, contact rear, contact front, or contact rear right, in combinations of them, as you'll see as I'm going to do. Now, the reason you say contact ahead of time is that if multiple people are talking, by you saying contact beforehand, everyone will know to listen to your second word. What normally happens is the first word can't be fully heard. As well, it gives perspective. Because let's say you have a Reaper on your team and a Reaper on their team. Your Reaper might say, Reaper has ult ready. Now, your brain has to then process that as if a friendly Reaper saying that, if there's no prefix to it. So you have to figure out, is that an enemy Reaper that has ult or a friendly one? On the other hand, so whenever someone says Reaper, instead of trying to figure out if it's a friendly one or an enemy one, contact tells you it's an enemy Reaper immediately. As well, the other one we're going to use here is focus, which just says to actually focus on a target. So the bots will be here in a moment, so we'll get started. We got contact left, McCree and Torb going through building. Focus Torb front left. Focus McCree left. Focus May right. Focus May front. So you'll see as people change directions, I'm recalling the focus. This way that we are keeping track of where they're at in case it's a chaotic fight. Focus Reaper rear. Focus Torb right. Contact Sombra left. I'm not healing them because really I actually don't want to continually stay on this point. Contact Soldier left, front. And there I should have said front left. Now you don't always have to call focus. You see on the Soldier I didn't call it because it's just he was the only one in the field of view. Everybody knew about him. They were targeting him. I could have called focus on it, but it's optional in that situation. But to priority targets, you always want to call focus on, like me. Contact front left, McCree, Reaper, and Hog. So you see how I just chained them together? You can do that. Focus May left. Contact right Soldier. What you want to do when you're doing this is just kind of the target that you specified, that you focused, actually focus on them. It's going to help you in a match to be able to pick out those people. Focus Sombra rear. Now the reason I called focus Sombra rear there is Sombra has a little teleport. You might not know where she was. Reaper 1. What that means when someone says Reaper 1 is that they're very low health. Contact McCree left. So yes, Reaper 1 means that our champion name, and then 1 means they're very low health. Contact right Soldier. Focus May right. So the reason I didn't say necessarily the focus on Soldier right is I knew that more were coming. And sometimes you just need to tell people what targets are there, but we know there's a May on the other team. We know she's going to be back soon, so she's the priority when she shows up. Soldier is there. We'll shoot him until someone else shows up, but we know that we're going to need to focus on other targets in a moment, is the idea. So you call contact on lower priority targets, and then higher priority targets you call focus. So right now, focus soldier front. When soldier pops his ult, he becomes a high priority target. So at that point you call focus. So like if it's a McCree or soldier or May or anyone who's, anyone popping their ults, if they become a high priority target to call out. Focus May right. Now at this point, because I want to get some more time doing this, I'm actually going to stop shooting the AI so they can actually cap the point. But I will call some targets out. Contact rear right Reaper. Focus soldier left. And what's happening there is you're trying to decide who's the best person to focus in this situation is another thing that this is going to teach you to do. You should always be thinking about when you make these callouts, man, who should we be targeting right now? In this case, it'd be focus Reaper front. Focus May right. So at this point, they can't hurt me. I'm just letting them have the point because it's the second one that I really want to get to. I want to make sure I get my practice time on the second point. Contact front left. I don't know who that is, but you'll notice I called it. And that's the thing about using the contact phrase too, as opposed to saying the character name, is there's times you're not going to remember a character name. So instead of trying to call all the character names, by saying contact, at least tell someone is there. Focus May right. And they should take this in just a moment. Sorry for the delay in that. I gave the friendly team a Roadhog, and maybe I shouldn't have. And there we go. Okay, so now we move to objective B, and we're going to do the same thing there. And obviously some AI is trying to shoot at me. I really don't care. I'm just going to jump here. And I'm going to come over here. I'm going to just position myself on the back. Someone shot me, sorry. Position myself on the back here above the field, and now I can call targets and focus them down. Focus May rear. Focus May right. So you can see Mage is changing position a lot, and I'm calling where her position is changing, which is what you want to do. I think we got her. Yeah, we got her down. Okay. The other thing you can start to work on here is watching your kill feed in the upper right corner and getting used to noticing when people are down. Focus May rear, which I did not know she's down. So we got contact front right Torb turret and Torb. Focus Sombra right. Contact front soldier. Now in this case I'm not shooting the soldier because I'm just paying attention to what's going on. I'm only going to shoot at targets that I call focus on. A lot of what you're doing here is you're building your situational awareness and just getting used to paying attention to what's going on. Contact front, May, McCree, and one more. Reaper. Focus May front. Focus McCree left. Contact front Torb turret and Torb. Focus Reaper front. Focus Reaper rear. Focus Torb turret front. Focus May front. So what has happened there is you've got target priority changes. Torb turret was a priority, right? And all of a sudden, though, we see a May. That becomes priority now. I am going to shoot this Torb turret because I don't want to deal with it right now. It's shaking my screen too much. Focus May center on point. May down. Focus McCree right. Now McCree was 1 which means he was low health, so I called the focus on him so we could make sure we took him out. Now looking at what's going on right now, it's like, who's my priority target? Well, this would be Reaper, because Reaper's the most effective in our close range. Although I didn't catch the Sombra hack, so I should have said that, anything about that. So we're going to say focus Reaper front. And I'm actually going to hop on point just to make sure they don't take it. I can stand in this corner and be okay. I just make sure my practice doesn't end too soon, right? Focus McCree front. So McCree is ulting, and he became priority target. Now that his ult is down, it's focus Mei front. Because now Mei is the biggest threat. Focus Torb turn front. We got a contact front right soldier. Focus Sombra left. Focus Sombra front. Focus Reaper front. And notice, on the soldier, I didn't really call to focus him, and the reason why is if you get in close quarters, Reaper's a bigger threat than soldier. So the idea is, while you might know a contact exists, it tells you they're there, but the focus targets are what really matter. Because you can out-heal soldiers' damage, you can't out-heal Reaper's damage. Anyways, you can do this again, pretty straightforwardly, because it'll take you just go back to show lobby, and you can restart the match and do this again. Unfortunately, you can't quite save the bots, so I like to write down which ones to use. I have some notes on that, and then that way I can just come back and use them again. But yeah, if you do this once a day, as you can see, it takes, 10 minutes. Do it once a day, and your callouts will drastically improve. And you'll start to get an idea on the battlefield of being able to call things effectively. Because what you want to do is you want to get your callouts down to the same level of instinct your aim is, and this will help you do that. Anyways, I hope this video is useful, and thank you for watching.